All right. So is everyone ready to begin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the party arrived in the capital city of Tano, the capital city of the Tano Republic, just this morning. And immediately, Kache directed them to deliver all the goods that they were carrying from Shirok to the Pax Tavern, a local tavern run by lycanthropes and acting as a haven for lycanthropes, various monsters of various social acceptance, such as gnolls, lizard folk, werewolves, ravens in the case. Lawrence met a gnoll that perhaps he had met before, got very skittish and shy, and decided to stay out of the tavern for as long as possible and make as little eye contact with this gnoll as possible. Even going as far to split the party with Ember to head to the Newt District, a slum area of Tano, while the rest of the party stayed behind and ate good food and whatnot. The tavern was attacked quite brutally. However, Ember and Lawrence, you have no idea of this event because you left before it happened. So, we will resume where we left off with Ember and Lawrence walking. Would you guys say you're at the Newt District already, or are still making your way there?
I'm still making the way there.
Okay.
Of course we are.
So you're still
Hell yes.
You're still on the Tano. There's a river, or actually not a river, what's it called? A strait that connects the two sounds of bodies of water, the Lutheran Sound and the Aeonic Sound. It bisects the city of Tano into two localities, Tano and New Tano. You're still in the Tano area, so you need to cross the major bridge to get to New Tano. Are you stopping on the way to the New District anywhere?
Ember doesn't, but if Lawrence wants to stop somewhere, Ember will allow it.
Lawrence will for sure, as we're walking, as I'm assuming Ember is guiding Lawrence, through Tano. Unless Ember keeps a really close eye on Lawrence is just gonna he will for sure just his eye will catch something and he will just slow down, and then you'll get a little bit too far ahead of him, and then he'll be really confused, like a deer in headlights.
Okay, so yeah, there's many things that could catch Lawrence's eye. There's just various street performers. There's kiosks and shops. It's getting a little late in the afternoon. I think it's still pretty in the middle of the afternoon, but there's just an enormous amount of people that you have only seen come close to this amount in Krobin.
Except this is Krobin,
times 2.
Times 2? That's it?
Well, I mean, Krobin's a big city, but it's much.
Okay.
This is dense.
Yes.
Krobin is kind of spread out over a mountain, and the way the terrain works, it kind of masks how, here you can just look down an alley and it goes on forever. It's just rows and rows of houses and buildings.
There's a lot less landmarks to go off of.
Right.
And there's it's a very different culture and atmosphere.
Absolutely. It's a little overwhelming if you weren't properly acclimated. There's lots of noise, clanging of beer and bells and ships, bumping up against the pier, and street music and everything. Wagons trundling down cobbled roads.
Is it a very hustle and bustle type of culture?
Yes, especially on this side of the river. Yes, the human side of the river is very labor focused. Most of the traffic you see is going to and from the port. Just, think of a highway near a port city, like New Orleans, perhaps.
Like New Orleans. I mean, I've never been to New Orleans, but I've been basically just imagining New York City.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yes, yes. Is
But
there
yeah.
anywhere specific you want to stop, or do you want to just continue?
Probably like if there's like a group of people doing some kind of like performance.
Yeah, yeah. There. I mean, it's only been an hour or so. Those same three people that were kind of standing and sitting on the side of the main thoroughfare right after you got out of the port. They're still blasting away on their instruments.
Yeah, Lawrence is just gonna like stare at them and like slow down a little bit, like trying subconsciously to like keep on walking in the same direction he was, but like his mind is clearly
He's,
his attention is on those three.
Yeah, you see a human bard kind of dressed in blue and silver, kind of exquisite clothes, playing in one hand or in two hands a clarinet, and then in like with magical hands right next to it is also playing a flute. You see a what appears to be a half elf bard dressed in kind of like red and gold, playing a trombone, just kind of sitting down. And you see a human bard dressed in kind of green and yellows, just blasting away on like a short trumpet cornet kind of looking thing. With
Have I?
holding one hand to like some sort of like cone thing at the end of the trumpet, opening and closing it
Oh yeah.
to like kind of mute the sound.
So these are all like what they're. The majority of them are brass instruments, right?
There's trombone, trumpet, clarinet, and flute.
Okay, yeah. So everything except for the flute. I'm like assuming those three instruments are not super common outside of this area.
They are rare to like normally they're upper class in other areas, so they're not like ostentatiously rare.
Okay, so chances are I've probably seen them,
Yeah,
but just like
passing.
these guys are the best at playing them that I've seen.
Yeah, you never really
Would you
see
say
people
that's
play.
fair?
You never really see people play instruments like this in the street where they could get stolen or dirty. It seems like they're much more common here. Maybe they're not as good quality. Maybe they're just there's more of them. It's difficult to tell.
Yeah. Okay, so that will hold my attention for a little bit, and then I'll like shake myself back to reality, and then like
Oh, there goes gravity.
look. Whoop! There goes gravity, and I'll look.
Make a dexterity saving throw as gravity reverses.
Ember. Gravity reverses. Yeah. Have I lost track of Ember at this point?
Make
No,
this-
he's
Oh,
I was able to standing with crossed arms looking at them. If you want to go watch them, go watch them.
Oh, can I really?
Yes.
We're
It's
not
fine.
in any sort of rush or anything.
No.
Oh, thank you.
So you go
And
over.
he's just gonna, he's gonna go over. He's just gonna sit by the street performers.
Yep. You see, in front of each of them, they have a little upturned hat, just kind of sitting upside down on the ground. That it looks like a couple copper pieces and a few silver pieces are sitting inside of each one.
I'm gonna take out a shiny gold piece, and I'm gonna place it in there.
A gold piece. The
Yes.
which performer do you put it in front of?
Oh shit! I thought they were sharing a hat.
Well, no, there's 3 hats in front of each.
Oh wait, there's 3 hats in front of each, so
Sorry.
there's 9 hats total.
No. Oh my god, my bad. Yeah, it's like a hat trick. They flip them all over and they shuffle them around. You have to get your coin back. No, there's 1 hat in front of each person, so 3 hats in total.
We'll give 1 gold in each hat.
1 gold in each hat. The music stops kind of like on like a natural point, and they all just kind of look at each other and then look at you, and they're like, they like nod really deeply, and then they continue going back to their music, even louder and more energetic at this point.
Lawrence is fucking beaming.
Lawrence, why would you do that?
Well, they're really good.
I know, but you can't call attention to yourself like that.
Why not?
You can't. Now everybody here knows that you're the kind of person who has free gold to spare. That means they know you have more. You're a target now, dumbass.
I feel like I should have known this already, having spent some time in Groban, but you get used to it, whatever.
Do you wait until they finish their next song?
Yeah.
Okay. They wrap up their music, or their current song, and the bard that was playing the trumpet the one that was playing the clarinet and the flute kind of steps up to you and says, "Oh, that was very generous of you. Thank you. You
yes.
really like our music."
Yes, you are very good performers.
"Oh, thank you. We are here out every day."
Really? Every day? You don't take off?
"No, we love doing this. Why would we take off?"
Oh, that's a good point. Work isn't work if it doesn't feel like work.
That is true.
Right. Well, yes, you have something to say, Amber?
No, that was me coughing a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about
it. Amber, what did you think of these three? They're fantastic, aren't they?
Yes. They are quite good, I suppose.
That's it? Just quite good? Have you seen better performers?
Oh, there's no way.
Well, then I'll say nothing to save your feelings.
If there are better performers, would you happen to know where to find them?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Perhaps I do. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Oh, maybe we need to have a little battle then. Battle of the bands, of course.
Well, I'm afraid I am terrible at musical instruments, so I will be much
not
help.
you. I can tell you don't have the lung capacity. I meant the other band that you speak so highly of.
Oh, it's clear to see that you have the lung capacity as you blow up your own ass quite well.
I'm gonna slap Ember on the shoulder a little bit.
Ow!
Be polite.
No, he's got the spirit. He's from here, isn't he? You are.
Possibly. How could you tell?
Okay, hold on. I forgot something. Are you still dressed as a grandma?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck.
Right.
He's fully not in character anymore. He's just wearing grandma clothes.
You have
He's
that
cosplaying, but out of character.
You have that je ne sais quoi about your speech. The gratingness.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it how
which
you
I
wish.
think is what you meant it as.
Well, we have songs to perform, so please come back or stay and keep watching.
We have to get going. We'll swing by if we have the time.
Oh, I'd love to see such a generous face again.
As we walk away, I'm gonna like wave goodbye to them.
Don't do that.
Oh, right. And I'll just like quickly put my hand down.
So why would you say my name that loud?
Sorry, I forgot.
If I get killed within the next 20 minutes, I'll blame you.
You're not gonna get killed, because if somebody's trying to kill you, then I won't let it happen.
Oh, no worry. If I die, you'll already be dead, so I'll still blame you.
It's okay.
I can blame a corpse.
You can torture me in the afterlife? No, wait. No, you can't haunt me.
Do you still believe in afterlife, since you kind of lost your religion a little bit? Is there? What do you believe in, Lawrence?
That's deep. I don't really know at this point, but I do definitely believe there is some kind of afterlife. I mean, I have to, right?
Do you?
Well, if I don't believe that there's an afterlife, then I don't believe any of the people that have meant so much to me are still I don't know, doing something.
They're doing something. They're dead. It's the best thing you can do. You got no danger, no stress. It's just death. It's just sleep. It's nice and easy. Why do we keep wishing for there to be something else? Why do we want to do more? Do what you want with your life and then you're done. I don't want to do extra afterwards.
It's an outlook I haven't really heard very often, but then again, I guess I haven't really spoken with the others about this very much.
Well, we haven't exactly been in the philosophical mood lately, I believe.
Hey, we haven't. Actually, though, you are the one that brought this on.
What do you mean?
You're the one that asked me if I do believe in the afterlife.
Yep.
So you brought on the philosophical conversation. That's very impressive.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I wasn't blaming myself. I was blaming the rest of the party.
Oh. Yeah. All right, that's fair. I'm sure it's also partially my fault.
No, of course it isn't. Why would it be?
Because I didn't ask them?
Good point. It is your fault.
Yeah, see, there we go. Now we understand each other.
Yeah. I do think also religion has been a sensitive topic for us. Because,
yes.
no offense, of course. But...
Yes, absolutely. Although, at this point, I am more than happy to speak about religion. Just, I've accepted that Helm is dead. I don't really think he had a choice in that. It's just, I was angry that I had wasted, or that it felt like I had wasted so much time and energy praying to a dead god.
Well, did the prayers help you?
Yes.
Did they help others?
I don't know about that one.
Well, did your prayers make sure you helped others?
In a way, yes, but...
Then what the hell has been wasted?
I suppose you have a point.
I do, yes. I actually have those sometimes.
Yes, it's quite impressive.
Impressive?
Yes, you have your moments of deepness.
Well, let's try not to have too many of them.
I don't know, I kind of enjoy them.
I will try to have more then.
You see just like a flash of a smile appear on Lawrence's face.
You think too much about this whole religion thing. You don't really need, a big, scary guy at the end who controls everything, do you?
Who says he has to be scary? Who says he has to be a guy? Why not just be...
Okay, that's a technicality. You can't catch me on that.
Yeah, alright. I don't know. I think it's safe to say I'd like to learn more about religions in general.
Well, there's any place to do it. There's enough cultures around here to at least carry a couple gods with them, I assume.
It certainly seems like it. Seems like on every corner it has its own history.
Yes, that is the charm of this place, isn't it?
Oh, it's like nothing I've ever seen.
Yes.
Which,
don't worry. Yes?
I look forward to exploring it.
We're going to a place you won't enjoy exploring.
Yeah, I'm sure it has its own charm, history,
It has history.
A little bit more knives and...
Dirt poor people.
Stabbing. Yeah, and dirt poor... Well, those people don't choose to be dirt poor, I assume.
No, but that doesn't change the fact that it doesn't make a good neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, this city definitely has some problems, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You can't choose your home.
Yeah, that's true. Strange how just polar opposite this place is from the place I used to call home.
And what was that exactly?
Just this tiny little backwoods town in Fedor. I never told you about it?
I at least haven't listened.
What? You want to hear about it now? It's fine if you don't.
Yes. Tell me.
All right. So, hang on. Let me look at my notes, figure out what the fuck this place was called. There we go. Okay. Well, it's this place. Well, it's two towns technically. It's Cragfall and Tesha, in the forests of Fedor, kind of in the same area Dort grew up. If he ever told you about that.
Again, I'm not sure I listened.
All right. It's in the same forest, kind of. It's quite far away, but same forest, you know. But Cragfall and Tesha. Cragfall was a town of orcs. Tesha was a town of humans. I kind of, you know how I'm half orc, half human. That was kind of an oddity there. My parents were definitely not the norm. But it was, how do I explain it? I grew up sort of on the back end of a very, very long war that had just finished up between the two towns. And I grew up kind of in the middle of it because both of my parents ended that war when they married. And, yeah, it's strange. It feels like those two towns were so isolated from the rest of the world, but I'd spent the first over a decade, almost 2 decades of my life, just knowing those two towns. Then I enlisted in the military, saw a little bit more of the world, moved to Kroben after that, saw a little bit more, and now I'm here.
Well, that sounded like quite a journey.
I'm sure it's nothing compared to what you've gone through.
You flatter me, but you already know a bit of my story, of course. But I mean, I talk a big game, as you might have noticed, possibly.
Aye, you have been known to talk a big game.
Yes, I sure experienced stuff here in Tano, but after I left, actually, it wasn't long. It was just out there some months, perhaps a year, I believe, before, I met you guys. And, well, I've been through a lot with you people, but beyond that, most of my experiences basically comes from cheating at card games and taverns, and getting drunk at taverns, and doing other stuff at taverns.
Right, where there's no dirt and mud.
Exactly.
I can see the appeal of it, though.
Actually, don't tell the others, of course, but the reason why especially when we met, I was kind of fussy about the mud on my boots.
I never really thought about it, but yes, do tell.
He kind of takes out one of his feet, which still wears the same boot, even though the rest of his outfit has changed a lot since we first met. These were the first things I bought when I left Tano. Just a little merchant side of the road. So these absolutely lovely used, but that didn't bother me that much. But yeah, this was the first thing I bought when I got my freedom from this hell of a town, and I don't know, I was attached to them in some sense, I think. Just, I didn't like the thought of them getting dirty.
Wow. I had boot lore. Wow, I would have never thought.
No, didn't want to make a big deal of it. I didn't want you guys to think I was a sentimentalist.
You didn't want us to think you were a sentimentalist.
No.
And now the truth comes out. Now I know that you really are just a sensitive little boy. Oh, God.
Whoa.
No.
Don't ever call me that, please.
Yeah, not that. But you're
a lot of uncomfortable moments there. Just
sentimental man.
That's better. I know we were having a moment, but that was kind of
Yeah.
overstepping of a line there, I think.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly reasonable.
Yes,
Anyway, we were to visit your old friends, right?
yes. Friends is a tough word, but okay.
Co-workers, then.
Yes. Okay. I think we need to start with one of the few people I trust who won't report me directly to the guards or to whatever gang I owe money. One of my old friends who runs a clinic in town, down in the new district. He heals people and stuff. He'll be able to help us out, or help me out.
All right, sounds good. And
Yes.
does this man have a name?
Yes. His name is Kanan.
Canaan, like canine. Very threatening.
Yeah, I know. I should notice them. He's an old softy.
Ah, just like you. I'm sure you get along right well.
Okay, shut that. I will throw you in the. I will throw you in the water. Don't test.
You know I can't swim. Actually, I can kind of swim now.
It's at this point
Also,
that your conversation has taken you about to the middle of the bridge that connects the two places.
Please don't. I'm wearing armor.
You fully well know I cannot push you over. You are very heavy in that armor.
And those railings are pretty tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I could push you in if I really wanted to.
Yeah, but you would never. You love me. Come on.
He flashes a sly smile at you.
Who else would keep you? Yeah. Well, how else would you have fun here if you threw me in the river?
I think that sounds like a very fun idea.
Okay, seriously though, I really like this clothes and my hair does not take lots of water. Don't.
Oh, yes, of course.
Also, I have seen.
He's like
I have seen
Charmander.
multiple. Yeah, exactly. I have seen multiple people use this river as a toilet. So,
yeah.
Why would they do that?
Sometimes it's just easier. I'm not saying I did it. I'm just saying.
You did it.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not gonna push you in the piss river.
Thank you. No name for it, the piss river. Cannon.
It's not even a river.
Cannon.
It's salt water. It's not a river.
Cannon. I don't care.
Yeah, you look down at the piss river and you see just like a couple of boats, some various animals and fish kind of congregating around the what are they called? The bridge supports, just kind of eating whatever garbage and whatnot gets caught up in those. And you see a lot of like kind of graffiti and scratched up marks along the railings of this bridge. That's like, it's been here for quite a while and seen quite a lot of people of all different types walk across it. And this bridge is pretty big. It's about, I would say, like 30 feet across, or 30 feet wide, and maybe, I don't know, 100 or 200 feet long.
Damn, okay.
There are massive, like, poles at either end of the banks of the Piss River.
Yeah,
thank you. I truly appreciate it.
With long, it's going to be going in the maps now.
Piss River.
With these long kind of cables attached from each side of the bank to like connect at the midpoints and further down the bridge. So it's like a large cable stayed bridge. Yeah. But
very cool.
You continue down, walking down it for about 5 minutes. Sounds about right. And you're immediately met with the distinct different district of New Tano. The streets aren't as clean. There's a smell of ammonia in the air. But there's also...
More so than the Piss River?
It's not... The amount of piss in that river is such a tiny percentage.
I'm so happy I get to trigger Moz.
Not a river. Yeah, it's the whatever. Straight.
This is a highlight. This is a highlight of
It
my
is
day.
not a cape. It is not a bay. It's a straight.
It's straight. This is
Yeah.
so straight.
Hey. Okay. Let's be fair.
It's a lot less straight now that we know that Embers swam in it.
The Hudson River is not a river either, but they call it a river. So.
Oh yes, yes it is.
This is the equivalent of the
The
Hudson
Hudson
River.
River isn't a river.
No, it's a straight. It connects
It's
two.
still-
It connects
It's
two
it's
oceans.
still a river. The Hudson River is too close to me geographically to change that now.
Uh-huh. But you do cross over into New Tano, and the smell of food is as strong as the smell of piss. Like in Tano, it was clean. It was not as dirty. But here you see more people with soot on their face and clothes with holes and whatnot. And okay, we're in the more the poorer side of town. Yeah. Off to your left will be the slums of the city. So it's like, shanty shacks and, tents and propped up, rugs that people are sleeping under. And off to the left, or the right, sorry, is the Upwater District, which is nicer. It's where the more noble halflings live, the ones that kind of preside over this town from a minor governmental point of view. The main government of the city and the Republic at large is nested in the Headland District on the other side of the river.
Nice.
So we're turning by the slums.
You are. You turn into the slums. And
Yep.
Lawrence, can you make a perception check? Perception or insight check for me, please.
Absolutely. I think my insight is better. Yes, it is. That's a 6.
Okay. There's a lot of people around here. Lot of halflings, a few gnomes, various other races that kind of are just poking their heads out of their tents and shacks, watching you guys go by.
Can also just generally be on the lookout for anybody I might possibly know. Just in general, both enemies and friends.
Sure, make a perception check.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty familiar with this area. It has changed a good amount since you were last here. The slums have gotten bigger. They've gotten dirtier. And the people have gotten a little more isolated, it seems. Like they're not as willing to come out and talk. But right now, you don't really see anyone you recognize.
Thank God.
So you're going to the clinic right now?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So you guys make your way for about, say, 10 minutes through the slums, and you come across one of the few solid buildings that kind of stick out. They're 2 stories. You don't see many 2-story buildings here, but this is one of the first ones that you've seen, that tower above the shantytown. And you, Ember, recognize this as Wilson's clinic.
Okay. Ember's just gonna quickly go into the nearest alley and start taking off his grandma disguise. And
Hey,
well,
whoa, be decent, man.
Oh no, you have seen
No.
many nude and partially nude people already. There is no decency here.
and he dresses into his normal gear, just a slight bit sexy, a little like the top's a little bit more open. Just, a little bit sexy.
Okay.
A little bit.
All
How
right.
that look? Yes.
I like the new look.
Thank you. Okay.
Let's see what I
Kind of just the thing where he kind of tries to put his hand on it, just a quick swipe through the hand. Okay, we're ready. Let's go.
Grandma disguise unequipped.
Yeah.
Like a hitman mission up in here. All right. So there is it's a normal wood building. It has a few red some of the planks have been striped red with some paint. There are some light looking stone doors, double doors that open or that would open into the main room, but they're currently closed.
I opened the doors.
You don't. Okay. All right. You push them open, and they kind of just scrape open on the stone floor, and inside is well lit by various windows and a few actual skylights. This is a nice-ish building. It's an old building, but it looks like the owner has put in the effort to make it feel nice. Installing skylights. One of the skylights has a crack in it, of course, but behind the counter, back to you, you see a tall, bald, white-skinned, maybe 7.5 foot tall man, holding some sort of utensil in his other hand, digging through a drawer and whatnot.
And we're just gonna.
Oh shit! What was the accent I wanted to do? Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll be there just a second. That's not the right accent. Oh my god. Well, the person's gonna turn around, and there's just. Can I have both of you make an insight check for me?
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
That's a
18.
9.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be kind of like, yeah, how can I help you? And then there's a pause, and it's anger that flashes across this person's face. Amber fucking Delight!
Hi,
Where
Kane.
the fuck did you run off to?
It's good to see you too, darling.
Ah, it's not good to see you. You barely had a word with me before you left.
I missed you.
He's gonna throw down what he was holding, a dagger. He's gonna throw it into the floor, and it kind of twings as it sticks into the ground. He's just gonna stomp over to you and slap you. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. He's not doing. He's
You know
not
what?
rolling for damage, but
I'll let it hit.
okay. We'll say it doesn't do damage then, but because it's a lover slap. I am
Is that
feeling
coming?
so many emotions. It's been like 8 months.
Probably. I've always never been good at keeping track of time.
Where the fuck did you go?
You look good. You worked out. Got a new outfit. New haircut.
I don't have hair.
Well, looks good anyway.
Who's this? You replaced me already.
I could never, darling. This is,
Hi, the name's Lawrence. Lawrence Colma. And he just, holds his hand out to shake.
And the Goliath now reaches out with a soft hand, just kind of shakes your hand. Well, it's actually nice to meet you, Lawrence. I am Kynan.
Nice to meet you,
Kynan
Kyman.
Lewison. I run this clinic. You. We have things to discuss, Ember.
we do, yes.
It's not a good time. I just lost one, but what do you want?
Should we take this a bit more private? It's,
You know this
That's what it
place.
is.
There's this room and my bedroom.
Yes.
Bedroom it is.
Should I stay outside here?
Sure.
Well, he can come, can't he? I think we can discuss it for his size as well. No? Or is this a private kind of talk we're doing?
Oh, it's up to you.
Lawrence, stay here for a little bit, and if you hear yelling, don't rush up. It's normal.
Alright. If I hear too much yelling, I'm gonna rush up now.
Don't be in a hurry.
No problem.
If anybody comes looking for me, I don't exist.
Yep, you got it. Same as usual.
Thank you, darling. Okay.
And
Let's go, darling.
the Goliath and the Farganassi abscond to the bedroom.
God, using the word abscond. I can only think of Homestuck.
Wow, you added yourself, huh? Because
Your
normal
fucking
people,
boyfriend is way worse than me. I am nothing. I am
uh-huh,
nothing, Spencer.
you are nothing, and so you will remain.
Yeah, all right.
Ember,
Yes. Yes.
do you start the conversation, or do you wait until Kanan
No,
does?
he waits.
So, for the third time, where'd you go?
Around.
A big
A
fucking
little bit
continent
there.
of all around.
Exactly. A little bit here, a little bit there.
You bring me anything?
Really?
Did you?
Would that make you less mad at me if I brought you a gift? Is that the kind of people we are?
Well, did you?
No, of course I didn't.
Okay. So, what do you need from me? Are you hurt? You need supplies?
Really. I didn't bring you a gift and all of a sudden it's all business.
Well, I mean, it was what, 2 nights? 3 maybe?
It was 3 nights and you know it.
That last one was a little bit of...
Don't you dare. That wasn't my fault and you know it.
Are you trying to rekindle something here?
No.
You get lonely out on the road.
Well, you saw the guy I brought with me, didn't you?
So you did replace me.
I tried.
And? Any good?
Well, I haven't gone that far yet. Give it time.
Still number 1 then. Alright. So,
That's a bit bold.
back to it.
No.
What do you need? Why are you here?
As you know, it's been a while since I've been in town.
And 8 months.
Yes, 8 months. And as you may or may not have known, I probably didn't leave town in the best terms with, everybody.
Oh, I know.
So,
I do know that. And what do you want me to do about it?
Well, you're a decently connected man.
I know who comes in here with injuries. I know their stories.
Exactly. And what exactly does the story say about the current Tano underworld? What's going on? What do I have to keep an eye out for?
You're still connected.
No. I.
Oh, you lost it. Okay. Well, we brought a lady in just this morning. Multiple stab wounds. Seemed like a cut and dry robin. But they burned a kind of mark into her.
A mark?
Mm-hmm. Just
What could?
4 lines.
What kind? Oh, 4
Just
lines.
4 parallel lines.
DM, do you know what that means?
You do.
DM, what does that mean?
make a history check.
Okay. Hey, 19.
That's the mark of the red hands.
Okay. Well, that's not terribly good to have that kind of mark on you.
Yeah, so you know it. You know it's what it is as well.
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
She's getting bold.
I might partially have something to do with that. I'll admit.
I doubt it. She started it after you left.
Yes. Do you ever wonder why I left?
No, I was too thinking about other things, like, how I'm gonna keep paying for this place.
Yes, keep up the whole stoic thing. You just complain about me not bringing your gift home. You can't
Well, it would
hide
have been
behind it. I know who
nice.
you are.
Look, I think about you sometimes, and I wondered why you left, but okay, why'd you leave?
Well, I'm not going to tell you anymore if you want to be all sassy about it.
I have been sassy all 3 nights, and you love it.
That is true. Fair enough. Okay. Well, as you know, me and her, as we will refer to her, I was, didn't do the highest bidding. I think, my proclivity for not killing people didn't really bring me into the inner circle, but, well, she was dumb enough to allow me to escort a substantial, payroll shipment of quite a lot of gold, which, well, I disappeared into the night with.
You couldn't resist.
Well, it was my way out.
How far to get you?
What?
How far to get you? How long until it ran out?
Well, got me a couple of towns over, but I'm smart. Most of it is buried somewhere where no one could get it but me.
Does Lawrence know?
What?
Does Lawrence know where it is?
Oh no, he doesn't know about this part. I'm not gonna tell anyone where I buried my gold. Not dumb.
Well, you did piss off Galinda. That's pretty dumb.
I would call it bold, brave, devilishly handsome of me. Not dumb.
Call it what you want. Regardless, she left.
She left?
Yeah, no longer living here.
Wait, what? Where is she?
No one really knows, but some people say she just disappeared.
Who's running them now? The
Oh, she
Red
still
Hands.
is. Just no one knows where from.
Okay, well. Do you know where the Red Hands' current headquarters hangouts is?
Huh, yeah, of course I do, but it's all gone.
It's
Packed
gone.
up, yeah. A couple months after your little stunt, their whole building was packed up. Garrison
But
raided
they
it.
still. Oh. And they're still operating out the city.
Seems that way.
Well, that's a kick in the balls.
You had plans?
Well, I would like to know what the people trying to kill me are. Possibly ulterior motives, but that's not the point.
What ulterior motives?
Well, I said they're not the point.
Make a persuasion check.
With pleasure.
I've really got to be doing more RP checks during games.
That's a 23.
Fine. I won't push it. You're gonna get yourself killed, though.
Yes, I have tried to come to terms with that idea. It's not really working.
You're gonna stay here for a while.
Yes, it would seem so. I came here with a group of people who we have been doing a job together, and it seems that some of them also have business here in town. So.
Yes. All right. You trust these people?
Well, that's an interesting question. What is trust, really? They haven't gotten me killed yet. So that's something.
I think trust would be those 3 knights.
He does flush slightly. Yes.
What does that look like on Ember with his like coal black skin?
It's a very, basically imagine, when like a stovetop, that's completely black when they start to light up when you turn it on.
Oh, they just
Little
turn.
circles.
Okay, yeah, like a little red glow. Okay, I love that.
Yeah, real red glow. And yes, his hair also does a little whoop.
It starts burning like a little, or like glowing a little brighter or bluer,
Yes.
or like cleaner burning. Yeah, whatever.
But well, enough about me, really. So, how have you been holding up these past? How many months was it?
8.
Thank you.
I've been fine. The slums are the slums. They get bigger, we get more clients. It's getting tough. No one has money to pay, so I do it pro bono, but pro bono doesn't pay for the land here.
You have too good of a heart. I always said that. Yeah. It's gonna ruin you someday.
Well, at least I saved enough.
Well, if you saved enough, then get out of town, for fuck's sake.
I would, but there's too many people here that are in my care. And with the Red Hands, there's always clients.
Exactly, there's always gonna be clients, no matter if you leave or not. Sometimes you gotta take care of
How many clinics do you see in the slums, in Newt? You see one. Me.
Yes.
Yeah. No one wants to help
But why
these
does it
people.
have to be you? Why
Because
do
no
you
one
take
else
that
wants to
responsibility?
help.
Why do you? Why care about any of these people?
He's gonna kind of like lean back in a chair, like kind of sit heavily down, hands on his knees, and like do a big think. Seeing a mother's face when I treat her son for a splinter, that's joy. That's appreciation. That's in low supply in these parts. You know that as well as I.
Yes, but what about the feeling when you have to tell that same boy his mother died from a stabbing? How does that feel?
I'd rather try. I'd rather try to save her than run away and know that she would die without me.
I tried to save someone as well. Didn't work, you know that. Trying gets you nowhere. Disappointment and sadness and...
Why are you here then? You have a connection here. You know me. You trust me-ish. I have that with my clients. How many names?
Well,
How many names of the people in Newt do you know? 5? 10?
Names have never been my strong suit.
Yeah, well, they are mine. I know around 50 people here that come into me every week. It hurts
And how
when I
many do
can't
you
save
think you
someone.
have to bury? Yes. Exactly. How many do you think you have to bury before you get buried yourself?
You've changed. You used to have a little bit of hope.
I did. She died.
Yeah.
So now I'm this.
I tried my best. I'm sorry. If you can't...
Yeah, you couldn't save her. I couldn't save her. Nobody could save her. You see? It doesn't matter. None of it. Just... No, you know what? This is not... I think we're done here.
Lawrence, from outside of this room, you hear a shrieking wail of a cry just emanate from the building.
Could I tell where it was coming from?
Make a perception check.
Uh,
Like it sounds
come
like
on.
it sounds like a woman is just sobbing.
That's a 3. Man, I've been rolling great this session.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Could I try to, like, investigate further?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Okay!
You can't. I mean, how are you going to investigate?
Like, trying to walk in the direction of the screaming. Like, frantically.
Okay.
Also, that is a 17 for investigation, if that matters.
You've been spacing it. Well, I don't know. You've been sitting there absent-mindedly doing whatever you want. And this just wail, this scream, and followed by sobbing, just like gross and ugly sobbing. You shoot up and you try and track where it's coming from, and it kind of points to the back of the room.
The room that I'm in?
Yeah, there's a few kind of medical cots with curtains up, and it's coming from that area.
Can I pinpoint, like, which cot it would be coming from?
I mean, do you open the cots and check?
Is there any way for me to be able to tell, like, which one it's coming from?
There are about 6 cots here. 2 of them are open with no body in them, and there are 4 that have completely like wraparound curtains that are like isolating them, so you can't see inside unless you open the curtain.
But there's no way to tell, like, just by hearing the screaming, or has the screaming stopped?
No, it's muffled. It's kind of hard to pinpoint.
Okay, I'm just gonna haphazardly open them.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna try to find what the fuck is wrong.
Sure, yeah. As you open the first one, empty. There's a bit of a mess in the bed, like some dried blood and other fluids. Looks like it needs to be cleaned. The second one, empty. The same kind of situation. It's been closed off, that needs to be cleaned. The third one, as you open it, it's empty as well. And the same goes for the fourth. All the curtains that you open are empty. And the wailing continues.
What?
And as you opened the third curtain, just kind of behind it, there's like a heavy set metal thick door.
I'm gonna open that metal thick door.
It is locked, and it makes a large clank as you try and open it. And this sound reverberates through the entire building. Ember and, well, I'm Kanan. You both hear it.
Does that happen a lot?
No. Excuse me. And Kanan steps out, and as you open the door, you're immediately hit with this wailing sob of some woman in pain.
Ember's gonna follow immediately, obviously. Yeah.
Wait, as Cayman opens the door, or
Sorry,
do I manage to open that metal door?
Kanan opened the bedroom door.
Okay.
And he sees you over by the metal door and says, "Ah, what are you doing over there?"
There's a woman screaming, don't you hear?
Yeah, I don't know what that... That's the morgue.
Why
The
is there a
what?
woman screaming in the morgue?
I don't know. That's fucking creeping me out.
We need to get her out of there.
I put a woman down there this morning, and she was dead.
So then get her out of there. She's not.
I'm telling you. She's dead. I don't
You
know
hear the
what that is.
Would you rather take a chance, or would you rather let her die for your own ego?
Fine. I'm not going down there.
I am. Let me in.
He kind of runs over to the desk, big thudding footsteps, throws open a drawer and retrieves a key ring from it with like a handful of just thick wrought iron keys, and kind of nudges you aside and slots the key into a keyhole. You hear a big, heavy clunk as the door mechanism opens. The door is still closed, but the locking mechanism has unlocked.
Right. I might scream. I might not. Whatever happens, happens. And I jump inside.
Ember's gonna follow.
Nice.
Okay. Inside is a dark and damp kind of hallway. Stone floors, kind of like carved, wooden beams supporting it, and then like about 5 feet in from the threshold of the doorway is a set of stone stairs that go down about 10 feet. You can see the bottom of these stairs. The landing of the stairs is slowly rolling with kind of like a thin layer of white fog.
That is
Do I-
normal.
White fog? Like not smoke. Very clearly fog.
Yep. Yeah. Just white fog.
Have I seen this before? Is this like signs of like a specter or something?
Make a. Ugh. You're trying to identify if it's supernatural in origin.
Would
Make-
that be like? Could that be religion?
I was gonna say, yeah, make a nature or religion check. Yeah.
Okay. I'm fairly sure there's a both the same. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with religion then.
Okay.
Fuck. 9. God damn it.
This, you're not familiar. It's just kind of like this, kind of like a settling fog of white, kind of like cloud. You can clearly see the floor. It's just like it's kind of curling on the floor.
All right. Cool. I'm not gonna take too long. I'm just gonna sprint. Not sprint, but like
You're sprinting down
like,
the stairs.
Run. Not sprinting down the stairs, but like go quickly down the stairs.
Okay. All right.
Ember's gonna follow close behind.
All right. There's no light down here. The only light is coming from the huge metal door that is opened by Kanan.
What about Ember?
Ember doesn't really glow with enough light to be useful.
Yeah, but he's still the light of my life.
Aww.
Boo!
He can probably cast a spell to make some light or
I was
whatever.
literally just about to say I cast Produce Flame.
You cast Produce Flame. Okay. So you kind of hold your hand out and the flame kind of flickers to life and it kind of illuminates the area vaguely. And as you hop off the last step and your feet kind of plunge into the fog, it kind of parts. It kind of scatters away from your feet. And about 10 or so feet in front of you is a kind of wooden door with metal supports and what looks like ice coating the door. And it's this gentle white fog rolling off of this door.
What in Helm's name? Right, I'm gonna try to open that door.
Okay, are you opening it quickly or how are you?
Quickly.
You're quickly opening it. Okay.
If it's locking, I'm gonna try to use my muscles.
It is not locked, and the screaming and wailing and sobbing has only gotten louder as you've approached this door.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that door open.
And give me 1 second.
Oh no. I know what that means.
I'm so ready for an owlbear link right about now.
It's what it means every time.
And for a music change.
Music change, you say?
There
Ah.
is.
So,
Oh, but no owlbear link.
Okay, that's better then.
It's better, yeah.
We'll survive this.
We have a chance of surviving it.
as you throw open this door, a frigid blast of air just hits you both in the face. Ember, your flame goes out. It's knocked out by the cold blast of air. And inside, you see a room about square, maybe about 30 feet by 30 feet in diameter, in dimensions. On each side of this room are stone tables, about 2.5 feet wide, 6 feet, 7 feet long. Everything is coated in a fine kind of glistening of ice and frost. On the far end, there are boxes and various cabinets and barrels coated in the same likeness of frost. In the center, there is a small dais, pedestal, maybe a foot in diameter, 1.5 feet in diameter. Resting on it is a solid blue crystal that's slowly pulsing with blue light. And spidering out from the base of this is almost looks like roots of ice. And inside this room, it is full of fog. You see it rolling out the door behind you, but it is very hard to see in this room. You're only able to make out the big, objects from their size and the crystal as it is emanating light. But other than that, the room is you are heavily what's the term?
Heavily obscured.
Yes, you are. It is heavily obscured.
And so there's a glowing crystal in the center near that dais, you said, right?
And as soon as you threw open the door, the wailing stopped.
Well, that's a terribly bad sign.
Everything okay down there?
No!
Could I try to, look further, see if I, not look further, stay in the doorway, but, squint my eyes, see if I can notice any sort of detail that gives anything away?
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Or an investigation check at disadvantage.
I think those are both +1, so let's see. Yeah, okay. I'll go with investigation then, because I think that makes more sense. 13!
13.
Little victories.
It's the little things in life.
Is Ember doing anything?
Shit. Now he's gonna call back up to Kane and just go, there's a giant fucking ice crystal in your basement.
Yeah, I know. That costs a lot of money.
I think it's what's causing the issue.
Never done that before.
It screamed before?
No, he said it's never done that before.
Oh, okay. It's done that before.
Yeah, this is normal. This happens every weekday.
Then come down here and fucking fix it.
Lawrence,
You're the one who's supposed to care.
Lawrence, your 13 investigation, you kind of scan the room, and everything looks pretty uniform. All of the tables are identical, except for one. The middle one on the left of you. Looks like it has some sort of figure laid on top of it.
I'm going to quickly get Ember's attention, and I'm going to point to that figure, and I'm just going to whisper under my breath, "Tell me you don't see a figure there. Tell me."
Do I see a figure there?
Make a perception check at disadvantage. You guys are
Listen,
about.
man.
You guys are about. Let's say.
Me pointing it out make it an easier check.
The fog is moving around through this room as you slammed open the door. It's making shapes difficult to see, especially if they're more organic shapes. And you're about 15 feet away from this.
It's a 6.
Ember, you don't see anything.
I don't see it, no.
It's also dark, once again. Like...
Ember's gonna cast Produce Flame again, if it works.
Okay, you try and cast Produce Flame, and as your flame erupts from your hand and starts warming the air around you, the crystal begins pulsing quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, and then it immediately shoots out a large kind of soft explosion of ice. And I need both you and Ember and Lawrence to make Constitution saving throws.
So we're like right next to each other, though, right?
Correct.
9!
Okay.
We're right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing I do not have enough time to whip out my shield at that point, right?
Would Lawrence have expected to take out a shield en route to a screaming lady in a basement?
Yes. He would have been prepared to, like, take out his sword and shield.
Okay. Then I will say you can have it out, yes.
Could I try to intercept that blast with my shield, like jumping in front of Ember?
Is that an ability? Like you're using interception?
No.
Okay.
No, that's no ability. That's just me asking if I can like do something like that.
Yes, I will say yes. Lawrence, you will automatically fail the save, and Ember, you'll get advantage on the save. How does that sound?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. So Lawrence, you jump in front. Ember, you get advantage on the save.
That's 20 then.
Okay.
Yes! Fuck yes!
Lawrence, you automatically fail as you take 6 points of cold damage. Ember, you take 3 points of cold damage.
Cool. Uh-huh.
Who goes there?
There's no response.
Could we see it was the crystal who did it?
It looked like the crystal just kind of reacted to the presence of fire and exploded. The crystal is now pulsing slowly again, and your fire is extinguished.
I don't think anyone did it, Lawrence. I think it naturally reacted to my fire.
Who was the screaming?
Well, I don't know that yet.
You start to hear, kind of, as the silence kind of overcomes and the pounding of your heart slowly diminishes, you hear a quiet sobbing, just like sniffling and a little bit of like wiping of tears and whatnot from that body, that location.
If anyone's in there, please come out and we can have a talk. Just not in the cold freezer with all the ice.
Whoever's there, please, we're here to help.
I don't speak crying. Please use words.
Just continues.
Can we try to pinpoint where it's coming from?
Yeah, it's coming off from the left, from the table with the body on it, Lawrence, that you've seen.
The one that I saw, but Ember didn't?
Correct.
This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I know there's some kind of figure on that table. I know I shouldn't do this, but I think I want to walk towards her.
All right. As you walk towards this table, you realize this is a mortuary table, a morgue where bodies are stored. And you kind of make your way, the fog kind of rolling around your body as you tread forward. You see laying on this body is a woman, a young half-elf woman. She's got
Wait, so
sorry,
just for clarification, there's a dead body on that stone table, and then next to the body, like sort of sobbing on top of that body, there's a young elf woman.
Oh, no. The dead body on the table, laid out in kind of like, a standard dead body configuration, arms down to the side, is the half-elf woman with multiple stab wounds. And you just hear this kind of faint sobbing. There's like an echo to it, and it's kind of muffled, kind of like music being played through a very thin wall. You kind of that effect.
Yeah.
It's still coming from this body, but there's
The
no
body
movement.
isn't reacting, it's just there's sound coming from it.
Correct. And you see multiple stab wounds on the chest, the neck, the head is like half cracked open. This looks like a gruesome murder.
So as I approach, could I just like look around, just make sure there's nobody, make sure that the sound is coming from the body, but then once I do sort of confirm that, I'll just sort of put my head, like sort of bow my head down and just like whisper like, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. Please let me help.
Just sobbing. I think I cut out. It's the sobbing just continues softly, just echoing in this freezing cold room.
I'm not sure if this will. No, I'm sure this won't ease your pain, but it's something, and I'm gonna take out my necklace of remembrance. I'm gonna take out a little pencil, and I'm just gonna scribble in a short little description of the young girl at the table.
Okay.
And once I'm done, I'm gonna close the necklace, lock it. I'm gonna say, like I said, I'm not sure if it'll help, but you won't be forgotten.
You kind of look, as you're looking her over to get as many details into your amulet as you can, her eyes are just kind of staring vacantly at the ceiling. Just open, blank stare.
Were they open before?
You're not sure, but like there's no reason to suspect that it doesn't look like it's changed. They probably were always open.
Yeah.
There's just like a stare.
Don't know what to do. I don't know how to help.
Perhaps stab back in to make sure she's dead?
But no.
It was a joke. I was making a joke. Sorry. Just trying to help.
I know. And after a moment, Lawrence is just gonna think, for a moment, then he's just gonna open his eyes, he's gonna kneel down, and he's going to mutter words. He's gonna say, I'm sorry it's been so long, Garrett, but please, if you're still there, if you're listening, I need help. This woman needs help. I don't know who else to ask, please.
There's no response. Make a wisdom check.
Okay.
Ember, are you still kind of out in the corner, or are you going to come up as well?
No, he's calmed up as well.
Okay. Yeah, so you've moved up to this body, this half-elf woman, and you recognize the four parallel lines kind of burned into her torso.
Do I recognize the dead person?
Oh, like recognize as like a person you knew?
Yeah.
Make a history check.
Sure. 12.
No, this just looks like anyone you could have seen wandering the streets. She looks poor. She looks really young. Maybe 14, 15 years old. Which is very young for a half-elf, as you know. And just the same kind of piercing eyes. As you're kind of looking out, you're looking her over, as her eyes just kind of lock onto yours. She doesn't move, but it's just the eyes. And you hear this faint sobbing coming from the body.
That's a 4 for my wisdom save. For my wisdom check, by the way.
Nothing. You don't have your staff. You don't really have a connection to Garrett right now.
Do you think there's anything new? Can you hear us? Or is this a one-way thing?
It's just sobbing.
Could I... This is a stretch. This is definitely a stretch, and I'm not expecting it to go anywhere, but is it possible for me to, like, use my necklace of remembrance as some kind of focus instead of the staff?
You can try.
What kind of check would that be?
That would be a wisdom check as well.
Okay. Let's hope and pray. That's a not fucking 1! God damn it!
Nope. Nothing.
For what it's worth, person I don't really know the name of, I'm sorry for what happened to you, and in a sense, we will be getting revenge for your death. In a roundabout way. No, that wasn't okay.
Yeah, they're just talking to a dead body.
If you could help us find out who murdered you, that would be useful. We can revenge you more directly, no?
Do we even know if she wants revenge?
That's what I'm testing.
You guys are just talking to a dead body.
The sobbing stopped?
No, it's still kind of muffled. It's just...
Does the sobbing come from the body or somewhere else?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I suddenly realized...
Might be worth it.
16.
How comfortable are you with getting close to dead bodies? Like it's frozen, but how close is Ember going to be getting investigating this body?
I think Ember is honestly kind of numb, a little bit numb about it.
Like, are you moving like any part of her, or?
He's gonna be polite about, respectful about it, but he will, slightly move out the way if he needs to.
Lawrence, are you going to allow that?
Yeah, he's just kind of crumpled to the ground in his own kind of self-pity. He's not really interfering with anything right now.
Okay. Ember, what was your investigation check?
16.
16. Okay, as you reach out and kind of move her around, you feel a freezing cold sensation shoot up your arm that touched her. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Okay. $14.
14. Ember, Lawrence. You see Ember's eyes go glassy. And Ember, you feel another presence has forced its way into your brain.
Uh-oh.
And as you raise your hand to prepare a spell to target Lawrence, can I have both of you roll initiative for me, please?
Fuck. That's a 9 from me.
It's a 12.
9 and 12. All right, let me get the owlbear up.
Are we really doing PvP right now? Forced fucking PvP?
Same password as normal.
Okay.
Get Ember's ex-boyfriend down here, let's beat up his ass together. Not that way, not that way.
Not that way, not that way.
Where is D&D Beyond? Fucking... There we go, run encounter. Ember, what was yours? 9?
9.
Lawrence, yours was 14?
9.
I think mine was 12 or 11 or something, but higher.
We'll do 12. Alright.
Yeah, 12.
Alright.
So I've definitely noticed that Ember is not under his control, right?
You do, and Ember, it is... You have no control over your body. And... oh fuck, I can't... I will let you control Ember, because it's more fun that way, but everything in your brain is telling you anger and rage at everything in your vicinity.
Okay.
So, Ember, you're up.
Oh, is it my turn?
It
first?
is your turn.
So Ember's just gonna point his finger at Lawrence and cast Shatter.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah!
Alright.
Right off the bat.
That's a con save of 14 for you.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Holy shit.
That's a 12.
Oh, that's a fail. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 18 damage.
Oh, good lord. Is that your turn?
Give me a second. And then Ember's gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on himself.
Nice.
And yeah, that's my turn. Oh shit, yeah, that's my turn.
Alright. Lawrence, you're up.
Lawrence is going to quickly recover from just tanking that fucking shatter. He's going to look very angry at Ember, and he's going to mutter, "Whoever the fuck you are, you get out of Simon's body this very instant!" And he's going to run at him. And fuck, should I swing a sword? I have a magic sword. Yeah, I swing my magic sword.
Okay.
Spell-rending sword.
Alright, make your attack.
Oh, I could have used that. Wait, it can spend your action to add half your proficiency to your AC against that spell attack. Okay, that wouldn't have helped because it's AC and it was a spell save. Alright, cool. You said make the attack, right?
Yeah, make your attack.
I have 2 attacks. I'm gonna make 2 attacks.
Alright.
First one is a 19.
19
Second
hits.
is a 12.
Doesn't hit.
Alright. That is 10 damage. I think that's magical slashing.
Okay, Ember, you take 10 magical slashing damage.
Ow.
And I'm gonna also use my... I'm gonna use an action surge and make another 2 attacks, right? That's how that works?
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. 18?
Hits.
23.
Hits.
10 and 9 for 19 more magical slashing.
Thank God we had a clinic. I'm almost dead.
Nice.
Ember,
Is it my turn again?
it is your turn. Let me check how this works. Yeah. Yeah, you still feel this kind of pressure in your brain, just anger and rage and sadness.
Okay. I was just kind of thinking, because I could basically do a dick move that would be helpful. I could cast Burning Hands, as that's one of my most powerful spells. But I already know it's going to be useless, so that feels like cheating.
You cast it.
I know, but I don't. I want to try and kill him.
It's gonna make the crystal angry, isn't it?
No, it's that Ember's gonna take out the flip,
The flip.
The flip.
the flip,
Uh-huh.
and he's gonna just what's it called? Snap it? Swing it? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Swing. Yes.
Make your attack roll.
That is a fuck. That's an 8.
I don't think that hits.
No,
That is a for sure a miss.
it's a small room.
And
Lawrence is in your face.
Shit, if I gotta add my bardic inspiration. Do you still have time to do that?
yeah, you can if you want. He's got a high AC.
Okay. Now my attack is 12.
Nope, that does not hit.
Well, I tried.
You hear?
Hard man.
Is that your turn?
Well, I tried my. Yep.
Okay. You hear from the top of the stairs, Kane and kind of yell. It says, "Oh, is everything all right down there?"
We're gonna need help right now.
Okay, I'll be right down. And thudding down the stairs, you see a heavy Goliath man. Where's it? Whatever.
Bag.
Oh, that's the humanoid token. I don't know quite why, but yeah. You see Kanan's just
It
kind
works.
of eyes like, what's going on?
Something has been possessing people. It's currently inside Ember.
Shit. Okay. And you see Kanan kind of spin around to expose a pouch on his backside, and rifle through it and pull out a vial of some sort of clear liquid, and is going to move up here and uncork it and toss the contents onto Ember. Let's see if that hits. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's my AC is 14. So.
Okay. You get, and this it's just a small amount of liquid. It kind of splashes on your body and your head. And Kane says, all right, that should help with the possession. Just hit him again.
Hit him again?
Aye.
Right. Is it my turn?
Let me check. I believe so. Wait, I have so many tabs open. Yes, it's your turn.
No. Could I try to, for this attack, hit him with the, what is it, the sword guard part of the sword?
The pommel? Yeah, so for bludgeoning and
Yeah, the pommel.
non-lethal? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Make your attacks.
First one is 26.
Okay.
Second one is a nat 1.
Okay. So, roll damage.
That is 12.
Okay. As your pommel impacts the spot, are you aiming for the spot where the liquid was tossed?
Yeah.
Okay. As the pommel impacts that, the kind of impact... I just saw Ember's health go down to a number I am not so happy with, but... you see what looks like an explosion or a kind of pop of blue energy, and kind of like a Newton's cradle. The sword hits Ember. Ember takes the damage, and then on the opposite side of Ember, a blue translucent lady just flies out of him. And
there's no way I can get an opportunity attack on that blue translucent lady, is there?
no, because she is literally just right next to Ember.
Oh.
So no.
She hasn't moved out of the way.
No, it's like you knocked her. You knocked her out of his body through that.
I see.
Through that attack, and she's kind of floating there. She's got all of the wounds, and she looks like a perfect match of the lady that was just lying dead there. Ember, you're up. You have control over your body now.
Yes, I'm gonna use a cunning action to disengage.
Oh, good call.
Yep. And I'm just gonna get my ass out of there for the moment. And then I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery at this ghost lady.
All right.
Wisdom saving throw 14.
Let's see. As a 4, fails.
He's just gonna yell, "You're about the grossest thing I ever had inside of me."
Didn't even hear that.
Oh my god, how much damage?
5.
5 psychic damage. As she just lets out a wail of a cry.
Yeah, hurts, doesn't it?
And she's going to just kind of look at Ember.
And so I'm sorry, I just want you to know your audio like maxed out.
Oh.
It was really funny.
Did it break it?
It broke it, yeah.
No, she just wails. She cries. She sobs. Ember, I should have designed this map a little better, but I only had like 2 hours to make it. The cubes are...
No, this map is fucking perfect.
There are 4 tiles per actual square, so just make sure you're actually in one of those.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, that's no problem.
Oh, wait, there's 4 tiles per square?
Yeah, if you move yourself, you can see where it snaps.
But is one square... Oh, I see. So the 4 tiles don't, like, mean anything.
So, yeah, those are just floor tiles. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yes. Okay. This translucent ghost is now going to look at Ember, and well, she's gonna look at Lawrence because Lawrence is the one that knocked her out of her prey, and is going to reach out with a ghostly hand with long kind of fingers and reach out and try and touch Lawrence. Does a 23 hit?
That does hit, but is that a ranged attack by any chance?
It is a melee weapon attack. As she just reaches out and touches... I know, that sword is not quite as helpful as I was expecting it to be, but it's a common magic item. But no, she's literally just reaching out and grabbing you, and you take 17 necrotic damage.
That's a lot of necrotic damage.
And Lawrence, you're up.
I'm gonna swing my sword, my sword of spellrending sword.
Okay.
Except first I'm gonna move over here. No, over here. Okay. First hit is a 22.
That hits.
And second would be a 10.
That hits. Roll damage.
A 10 hits?
Sorry, a 10 hits?
Yeah.
No. It almost hits.
What is
Why
your...
would you question it?
Okay, cool. So that's 1 hit. I'm gonna slash. That's 12 magic slashing damage. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay. You regain 1d10 plus 7 hit points, right?
Yes. I need to find where the d10 is. There we go. Okay, cool.
Alright. Kanan is going... Well, actually, I skipped Kanan's turn by accident. Kanan is going to back up into the doorway and just kind of... there's going to be a look of kind of pure anguish on his face. But Ember, you're up.
Cool. Okay. I am going to cast Suggestion on the ghost thingy.
Okay.
So Wisdom saving for a 14 again.
That's a 15. Succeeds.
Piss. Damn it.
Piss River.
Exactly.
Piss River.
Just every time you say that, just the Moon River song, but with Piss River comes to my mind. Piss River. Okay, nope. I'm just gonna...
Is that your turn?
No.
He spends his turn pissing in the Piss River.
Yeah, the Piss River overtook me there for a second. I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Lawrence.
All right. Lawrence, you got D8 now, right?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. All right. It's now the ghost's turn. The ghost is going to try and move around the corner to try and block sight from Ember. And I'm going to reach out and try and grab you again, Lawrence. 7, that does not hit.
Your worst was not enough.
All right. And she's still kind of sobbing as she's making these attacks. She's just sloppily trying to claw and grab at Lawrence. It's unsettling, to say the least. But Lawrence,
Yeah.
you're up.
I'm going to reposition over there, and I'm going to swing.
All right.
Not swing. Just swing.
Swing.
17.
17 hits.
24.
24 hits.
That is 8 magic slashing and 9 magic slashing for a total of 17.
All right. She's not looking good. Her form is kind of wavering. As you slash through, the magic of the sword is still allowing it contact with the ghost.
I'm so glad Doric gave me this thing.
Yeah, you would have been a bit of an issue if you didn't. And
Yeah.
as she's kind of like floating over her own body, there's like this tension that's kind of magnetic. It looks like she's being magnetically pulled into the body. But you hear Kanan call and says, "Oh, what do you want me to do?"
Just sit back for now. Try not to get hit by anything.
All right, I can do that. He's gonna step back behind the wall, and Ember, you're up.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go on the attack and use my flute whip. Floop.
The
I
flip?
still haven't decided what I called it.
Flip or floop?
Floop. It's a floop. And that's hey, nat 20.
So you're gonna be moving closer.
Yes, I forgot to do that first. Yes,
That's
closer.
Okay. Natural 20. Roll damage. Are you good? Yeah. It has a reach of 10 feet, so you can actually stand back. Okay. Yes. All right.
Okay, and that is
Roll damage.
yeah. Okay, and that is a 7. And wait, I can do sneak attack here as well.
You can do sneak attack and also double the dice because it's a crit.
Hey,
That's good.
Unfortunately, that's
And
where the
that
benefits
is-
end.
Yeah, missing.
So the sneak attack damage of 2, 5, so 7 sneak attack plus. How much was the whip?
That was also 7.
So 14. Okay. So as the whip, you're getting a hand of how fast the whip goes through the air, and as it impacts her, it slows down. Like it's not quite affecting her as much as you would expect. And she only takes 7 damage, as she has resistance to this. This non-magical.
Okay, I know.
But she is wavering and like crying. The screams are getting louder as she is losing control of her ghostly apparatus. That's not the right word. Apparition. And she's going to kind of reach out, move here, just trying to tug away from her body, reach out to Ember with a withering hand. Does a 17 hit Ember?
Possibly, yeah.
All right. You are going to take 14 necrotic damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I have 1 hit point left, for Christ's sake.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that wasn't even a challenge. Okay.
All right.
It's just the collapse.
Wait, do you not have any healing spells?
No!
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I don't.
You see Kanan just kind of aghast face and says, Ember! Ember! Lawrence, you're up.
So, if I'm trying to think back to any knowledge I have, particularly about, like, how to send off spirits, like, that's going to use an action, right?
Yeah, or a bonus action if you want to have disadvantage and you're just kind of quickly doing it.
Oh, no, I'll think about it. Well, yeah, I'll think about it as an action.
Okay. Make your...
Nat 20, baby! And that's on religion, by the way.
Okay. Some people get so distraught over their death, and there's some strong connection. It might be passed down through blood from an ancient relative who was perhaps a servant of the gods or traversed an extraplanar location. Some people, their spirits don't move on without their acceptance of death. How to get those people to move on and get them to accept death, it changes for every single person.
Fuck.
There's no one cure, but the main way is to, get them to accept that their time on the material plane has come to an end.
Mm-hmm. Would I know if, it's generally, bad for their acceptance to kill their basically kill their spirit?
How do you mean?
If I reduce this woman's hit points to 0 right now, is she fucked?
You have no idea. You've never encountered a ghost.
Not even with that religion check.
You have an idea
have no
that
fucking clue.
It could, one of two options. It could send the soul right back into the body and thusly send it to its final destination, or it could damn the soul to eternal wander on this plane with absolutely no chance of moving on.
Okay. Okay, alright, I'm gonna take that fucking gamble. Shit, I don't have anything to use for... Yeah, I don't have an action.
Ember,
Okay.
I'm rolling your death save, alright?
No, it's not alright.
Alright. Well, it's done.
Don't kill me in my ex-boyfriend's basement.
That's a quote.
Use my bonus action to,
how
yell
I
out to Kanan to fucking help.
Oh, yeah,
please.
no, Kanan was already on his way over to Ember. And pull...
Hell yeah, man.
He's going to take his action to pull out, from his band... Oh, my God, am I going to mispronounce this word? How do you pronounce the thingy on his... Bandolier. I mispronounced that yesterday, and Spence never let me hear the end of it.
Bandola.
Yep, that's how I said it. He pulls out a vial of red liquid and just shoves it in your mouth, and just starts massaging your throat to try and get you to swallow it as you're unconscious. That's his action. Lawrence, actually no, it's the ghost's turn. It's going to spin around to Lawrence and once again reach out and try and grab you. That's a 7, natural 1. That's a 12 to hit.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. All right, Lawrence, you're up.
I'm gonna mutter a little prayer, trying to get whatever fucking god is listening to guide this woman to peace, and I'm gonna swing.
All right, make your attack rolls.
First is a 21, second is a 13.
Both hit, roll damage.
Alright, the 21 was a 12, and then another 12, 24.
Right. How do you want to do this?
I guess that first swing, I would just swing through her, I guess, incorporeal body as mist kind of coalesces around, and then second, as a follow-up, in the opposite direction, as I close my eyes and I pray to any fucking god that's listening to help her. And once she's gone, whatever happens, she's screaming, whatever happens.
Yep, she's screaming, wailing and sobbing as she's just desperately trying to grab you. As you reach down with one swing, you knock her into the table, the inertia of your sword. and she kind of lays there prone, almost matching up with her body. And as the second sword goes down, you hear her just kind of, I don't want to die. You hear like you stab down as that happens, and she's still kind of the wailing has died down, and now the ghost is still kind of talking, hanging on to the last remnants of life as they fade out. You see her legs kind of fading from existence, and she looks like she's looking directly at you and says, I don't want to die. I don't. Oh, that's so much to do.
I'm gonna drop my sword and shield as they clutter onto the ground, and I'm gonna like just lose strength in my legs, just buckle down onto my knees, and take one of this woman's hands, a woman, corpse, whatever she is, looks like. I'm gonna take one of her hands, and while trying desperately to maintain eye contact, I'm gonna tell her, I'm sorry. It shouldn't have been like this, but it's the way it turned out.
I don't understand. Why me?
I don't know enough to give you that answer. I'm sorry. All I can do is try my best to give you peace, to help you accept your death. Please. Please live the afterlife in peace.
What's your name?
It's Lawrence Colma, son of Duval son of Duval the Brave, and Jasmina Colma.
You. Thank you. I'm sorry. And with that, her whole body just kind of slowly apparates and disappears. And the hand that you're holding just disappears. And once again, you're talking with a dead body.
I'm gonna drop that hand and run over to Ember.
Ember is...
Not run, scramble.
Yeah, well, it's only like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Ember has had a vial of red liquid just shoved into his mouth and is now coughing and sputtering on the ground as you're revived with 5 hit points.
Ooh, yeah. What happened? Nothing happened? No?
No, it was the spirit. The spirit of the little girl. She's been sent off. She'll find peace now.
Well, let's hope so. Can't blame someone for clinging on to life like that, even if it did hurt a little bit.
Aye, that we can't. And Kanan, thank you for helping.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help more.
You did play.
Ember's just kind of gonna softly touch his cheek. I'm alive. So,
You are alive. That's right. Yeah. It's not the right time for this, but we should leave this room. That crystal's going to go off in a bit to keep it cold, so don't want to be in here when it goes off.
I feel awfully weak. Would one of you mind carrying me out?
Yes.
Thanks, darling.
And Canyon just kind of picks up Ember and begins to make his way towards the steps up to the clinic.
I'll follow the two of them from a distance.
Do you need to stay here for the night?
I would prefer so, as well. I don't really feel comfortable walking back through the new district in my current condition. Rough breeze could probably kill me at this point.
I have medical supplies. I could... Remember the first day we met?
Ooh. Are you gonna be mad if I say no?
No, I kind of expect that from you. You got stabbed. I took you in.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
Yeah.
I deserved that stabbing.
I never did see the perpetrator, but I took you in and fixed you up. How about I do that again?
I remember, I think I was out of bed, woke up, and I just kind of locked eyes with my handsome savior as you were binding my wounds. Very nice thing to wake up to.
Kai's gonna kind of flick his eyes towards Lawrence and be like, "Oh, Lawrence, can you make an insight check?"
Oh,
Hang on. Wait. Sorry, what?
You make an insight check?
I was justifying. Yeah. Insight check. Alright. I'm good at that. That's a 13.
Okay. You see Kynan just kind of look at you like, is this cool?
Oh yeah, he is not with it right now.
Okay.
There is no objections going on.
All right. So Ember gets laid down in one of those cots, medical clinic beds, and kind of salves are put on the arm that was, frozen, and all the necrotic wounds are covered in bandages and whatnot. There's I could do more, but you're not currently dying, so I gotta save those for people who might be. I hope you understand.
oh, of course. I do hear from certain sources of my travels that kiss on the cheek doesn't hurt the healing process.
Make a persuasion check.
With pleasure.
You're eventually going to get a nat 1, and I will relish
Nope,
that
sorry,
day.
I rolled a religion check there. Give me a second, that was the wrong check. Well, actually, I'll use the same one. That would be a 12.
I think you need some more rest before we do anything.
Well, worth a try.
My God, they're getting your ass, Lawrence, in the quote retweets.
I know. Wait, so where is this conversation happening? Is that in Kanan's bedroom?
No, this is in the clinic in one of the medical beds. The ones that you were flipping open.
Yeah, no, Lawrence is just like, he's just fucking sitting down, head down, like, yeah.
Well, then actually Ember's going to go to Lawrence and go, well, Lawrence, you up for a healing kiss or something?
He, takes a little bit too long to respond to that, but then he, shakes his head. He's like, sorry, not right now.
Fair enough. Well, I'm just going to sit here and be sour, I guess.
Is Ember going to, what's Ember doing? Is he just going to rest? Or are we taking a short rest? What are we doing?
I think Ember's going to take a short rest, at least.
All right. Lawrence, what are you doing during this short rest?
Praying?
You'll be praying.
Not sure to what god, but God, Moss, shut up.
I love this so much.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
Spectators chat has never been.
This happens when masters
Yeah.
have to play.
Lawrence will be praying not to any specific god in particular, but to what he imagines the concept of the afterlife to be.
Okay. Then in that case. Hello.
Hello. It's gamer time.
You are. Where are you praying?
Where am I praying?
Yes.
On a chair.
Mossback, get out of here. You can't be here. Bye. You're in the clinic, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the clinic, on a chair.
As you're praying and you take, this hour and a half or whatnot, and you're just kind of, are you perhaps like touching the clasp, or the amulet and whatnot, or the little notebook? Yeah. So you're rubbing
necklace,
it,
yeah.
and as you're praying and praying and praying, you feel it get warm. And then you kind of just continue doing that for like about 10 minutes or so. And in your head, you hear a voice. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I'm
I
sorry.
can hear you.
Difficulty talking. Thank you for doing work.
Oh. I'm not sure how to respond, but you're welcome, I suppose.
Don't need to. And then the voice kind of cuts off.
And it wasn't a voice that I recognized, right?
Nope. It sounded like a very kind of almost like a bad connection in a call. Like it was kind of staticky, kind of cutting in and out. Do you continue to pray?
I do.
Okay. About 15 minutes later, the voice comes back and says, "Can you hear me?"
I can hear you. Who are you?
I'm not sure.
Do you have some sort of task for me?
You have task for me.
This task, is it to bring peace to the lost?
Yes.
Then I beseech you, please help them. Please help the dead find peace.
I try. But it's hard.
I can only imagine how difficult it must be.
Poor connection. Not what I once was. Not what we once were.
Since the new age, since many gods have become less powerful, yes?
The divine abscondment, yes.
The divine abscondment?
Out of context. Abscondment.
Abscondment? Another fucking abscond! I hate you. Okay, hang on, let me write this down.
Oh yeah, you better be writing all this down.
Divine abscondment. I don't know. Is that how? It's not a word in whatever. Is there anything I can do to improve your connection? To make you more connected?
I'm not sure. We were sealed away. I don't know. You don't need to.
I want to.
You shouldn't.
Why? The dead deserve peace. They deserve someone to look out for them.
You are doing that. Continue to do that. You don't need
But
to
how?
carry the burden of remembrance alone, my cleric.
If I don't remember, then who will?
We all will. Through you.
Thank you.
No response.
I guess I'm gonna open up my eyes then.
Okay. And you can swap one level from fighter into cleric.
Cool.
I'll bring you back.
Going. Oh, we gotta.
Shut the fuck up, guys.
So,
We were talking about nothing.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, of course. Is there any like visual thing of anything that happens, Spencer?
Not really.
Okay, cool. He's
Your
just gonna sit
your
in this
amulet
chair.
got a little warm, but nothing really visual. You were just kind of sitting there and, praying.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he was praying for a long while.
Yeah, about like 45 minutes.
Yeah. And then he opens up his eyes, he said, and wait. I'm gonna look around, see like who's there, because it has been like 45 minutes.
Kynan is nowhere to be seen, and Ember is asleep.
Does Ember, he still looks like hell, right?
It's better. It's been 45 minutes with magical bandages and potions. He will be fine enough to continue in, maybe half an hour. Like, it's not,
Good eye.
it's magical healing. Like, it's not natural. It's
Okay.
not perfect, but it's good enough for now.
I have a question for you, and I'm going to DM it to you first.
Go ahead.
So secretive right now. What's happening?
So secretive!
Oh my god, stop it.
Okay. I'm going to slowly... Oh. Okay, yes. I'm going to slowly walk over to Ember as he's laying down, sleeping. I'm going to rest a hand on his chest and cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Aww. That's sweet too.
And this new found transfer of divine magic through your body
Oh.
just kind of transfers into Ember's body. Roll healing dice.
That is... I haven't set my character sheet yet, but
1d8
I rolled a
plus
2 on a...
1d8 plus spellcasting modifier, so wisdom modifier.
That's 3. Can I cast another one too, if I have 2 slots?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So that's 3, and then this one is 4 for 7
Yay.
hit points.
Okay. Ember, you regain 7 HP from Lawrence,
Oh.
who, you don't know this, has never cast Cure Wounds before. and lost his magical powers.
Love made him find them again.
Lawrence, do you do anything?
And no, I'm just gonna walk away.
Walk away. Right.
Yeah, I gotta agree with the peanut gallery here. That's a major fumble.
That is, yeah, you fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get...
He's not very experienced. Give him a break.
3 strikes, Lawrence. You're out.
Damn.
All right. Lawrence, Ember, as you guys come to...
Also, you're literally sleeping. It's like so creepy to kiss someone when they're
Sleep
sleeping.
in beauty.
No, that's creepy.
Stop making.
Right.
Yes,
we got 40 minutes until we got to get off. So, Ember, Lawrence, both of you have completed your short rest. You can add, you can roll hit dice, regain any short rest abilities like Action Surge and Second Wind.
Nice.
Cool.
Kynan has returned from the bedroom and is now kind of sitting at the counter of the clinic. So, good morning. Good rest, I hope?
I do feel considerably better now.
Good, those bandages cost me a fortune, so I hope they're worth it.
Well, hopefully I'm worth it. No?
You always are.
No, you big flirt.
Look, you're in town for a
Keep
little
going.
bit longer. You should come by when you're not busy.
Oh, is this a business visit or is this a 4th time visit?
I think it could be a 5th or 6th time if you make it.
Oh, well, I will definitely make it. It's nice how me almost dying really put you in a better mood. I'm not going to read into that.
I saved you so many times. It's what I do best.
You are exceptionally good at it, I will admit.
And Lawrence, thank you for stopping by. You've good company.
Thank you. You as well.
Right. Are you guys going to be heading off now?
I think so. I do have one other stop I will have to make here in town. This part of town.
Right. Well, you know where I am.
Yes, I do. And now I have incentive to return. It's been lovely, darling. And he actually reaches up and gives Kane a little kiss on the cheek goodbye.
Goodbye. I'll call you if she comes back.
Please do.
And you guys exit the clinic, I'm assuming then, right?
Yes.
All right. Where to next?
Ember is gonna try to find one of his old guard contacts, Halleck.
Alec. All right.
Yes.
Where?
While we're on the way, though,
Yeah.
it's time for it. It's time to chat.
Oh God. Okay. Yes.
So, Kanan, it seems the two of you were quite close.
Well, yes. Back in the day, we were friends.
Aye. It seems like the two of you are still quite good friends.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we have, how do you say, chemistry that doesn't quite go away that easily.
That's nice.
I guess so, yes.
Could I insight check, see if, like, this whole thing is him trying to get my attention, or if it's, like, if he just, like, literally doesn't?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Go
Oh.
ahead.
Nice. That's a 15.
Yeah, what does Lawrence get out of that 15, Ember?
I mean, Emperor's for sure, like, fishing a little bit for attention. He's, it's clear that he's at least doing this a little bit just to make Lawrence jealous.
Look, if you're trying to reignite something that was there with Kanan, I won't stop you. I just please make a choice.
I'm sorry? I am not sure I know what you're talking about.
There's something that's been between us. You saw it, I saw it. Just
There has?
I've enjoyed getting to know you better. I'm sorry if I'm not really the best at taking action. Not really very experienced with this type of thing. Just it does hurt to see you flirting with someone. Just
Well, if you want something from me, say it. I only like to play games afterwards.
right, yes. I'm sorry, you don't I know you very clearly know what you want. I'm sorry, I'm not really quite there yet.
Well, tell me when you get there. And until then, don't tell me who I can and cannot spend my time with.
Right. Sorry, yeah.
Good, that's clear. Because we're about to go see now one of my ex-boyfriends. So, it might get awkward. Well, I say ex-boyfriends. We never actually did anything. Halleck is just hopelessly in love with me. I understand it. But this is purely a business relationship.
Yes.
So,
I think whatever's going on between us, I think I might need to focus on other things right now. If yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want to waste your time.
well, to echo back your own word, just make a choice.
That's a good point.
Hmm.
Then I'm sorry, but and I do want to remain friends with you. I do trust you more than you would know, but I can't do anything romantic right now. And if that means I can't do anything romantic with you ever, then that's the way you take it. But I am not sure if you've noticed, but that experience with sending off the girl's spirit, it took a lot out of me. I need to work on stuff with that.
Take the time you need.
Thank you.
And thank you for, well, helping me in there and not chopping my head off and such things.
I would never, ever want to chop your head off. Just so we're clear.
No, thank you. That's very sweet. Yeah. If you want to talk about, having to kill her, I am here or something.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Hmm.
Oh, and sorry for screaming out your name back there. It kind of...
Yes, I was choosing to ignore it. I gave you that name,
Yes,
because I trusted you wouldn't say it.
Yes. Very sorry about that.
I get that nobody was there, but especially in this town, especially
Yeah.
here, I don't like hearing it.
It won't happen again.
Thank you. It's fine. Heat of the moment, just yeah.
Yeah. And if there's ever anything that you need to talk about, you know you can come to me.
But of course,
Right. Let's go see this ex-boyfriend of yours.
ex-boyfriend is a hard term for that. Just
Right. Let's go see this ex-stalker of yours.
yeah, that works.
Nice.
All right.
And we head there.
You make your way to one of the little, I guess, city garrison tents, lookout posts. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It's one of those lifeguard towers that kind of overlook the slums, with a couple of tents at the bottom that some of the garrison kind of chill out at. When they're making sure people aren't doing crimes, or when they're looking the other way when people are doing crimes.
Exactly.
And there are two people kind of sitting in the tent playing a card game. And you can kind of see someone way at the top of the tower sitting in a chair reading a book.
Ember's just gonna go up to one of the nearest guards.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Hello, I am looking for Halleck Sheepsfoot. He's a guardsman.
What's that got to do with you?
Oh, I'm simply a concerned citizen who wants to talk to him.
Well, he steal your gold again?
No, not this time. But yeah.
Oh, he's done in the past.
Well, I won't hold that against the man.
Ah, we don't either.
So,
He's up
do
in
you
the
know where to
tower.
find him?
Yeah, he's up in the tower.
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
perfect.
can call him down if you want.
No, I'll go up to him. I need the exercise.
No, you ain't. You ain't going to the tower. Not unless you're a garrison member.
I mean, do I really look like such a threat that I can't go in the tower? Do we have the bathroom to go down and the tower's unguarded?
Nah, you don't,
That
but he
doesn't
does. You and your friend there. Sparkling
Oh,
with
that's
more
fair.
gold than this side of the river has in total.
I can see your point, fine. If you could have somebody call him down, that would be nice.
Hey, Alec! Sheep's foot! Get out of here! Sheep's foot! Fucking fall asleep on the job. I'll be right back. He's gonna
Of course.
climb up the tower. And then thud as you see Halleck Seafoot just fly over the edge of the tower and impact the ground in front of you. And the halfling just kind of stands up, dusts himself off, and says, fuck.
Hello, Halleck.
Hey, what can I... Amber Delight.
Oh, yes.
You're back in town, huh?
Well, just quickly, and I thought I had to see my favorite guardsman.
Why am I your favorite guardsman?
Well, you're by far the most handsome. That certainly helps.
Alright, good enough. What's up?
Would you mind if we go somewhere a little more private? A corner or something? You know.
Sure, I think they're done pissing in the one where we can go to.
Lovely.
And, hold on a second. He cool?
Yes. Oh, yes, just...
Alright, good enough for
yes.
me. And,
I sort of give like a slight little nod and just be like, I'll make sure we have no uninvited visitors.
alright then. And it takes you away to a corner of the slums, and where there's not many people walking down these streets. And alright, so what can I do you for?
Well,
I'm assuming you need
as you know,
contacts.
well, you always need contacts, don't you? Especially in this town, huh?
I got you. I got you. What kind of contacts you want?
Well, as you know, I've just returned after, vacation away from town, and I've heard troubling news about the criminal underworld.
Oh, have you now? What
Oh,
sort of things
yes.
exactly have you heard?
Well, the Red Hand has apparently moved out of their regularly, known hideaway and have gone more underground than usual.
Well, yeah, if you want to say it like that, you certainly could. But
How
no,
would you say it?
we got high orders to the militia came in and raided one of their buildings.
Yes.
Garrison stood by as we're paid to do, but oh, everything okay?
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, the militia came by and got orders to raid the complex. That was 6 months ago. Garrison stood by, of course. We're paid to do that. But yeah, they hit hightail and they hightailed it out of their old building. They're still around though.
Any indication where?
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but we do send a messenger out to Claw Island and with some money.
Well, yeah, we sometimes just need to do that. There's nothing weird about that.
Nothing weird at all.
Yeah. And any whisperings about her?
No, she's gone quiet. But between you and me,
Ah,
I'd hazard a bet she's out there too.
yes, that would seem like it.
Messengers don't come back though. Well,
oh yes, that's her.
I
She
thought
sounds
so.
like her. Now, anything else of interest? Perhaps, I don't know, about some of the nobles at the high end of town? I'm always interested in a bit of gossip.
Oh, I know all sorts of gossip. What do you want to know?
Ooh, I don't know. Just, let's see. I've heard a whispering about a certain favorite son of a noble house running away recently.
Oh, that was about the time you left.
Yes, I believe it was.
Which house?
Well, I hope you tell me. I just heard whisperings.
Oh, no, this is a two-way exchange of information, my friend. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Well, that's the thing. I am not sure what house.
Make a
I'm
history
simply
check.
just following. Oh yeah.
Because you do know. You just need to remember it.
Oh shit! I do know it. That's right. I got the fucking
Yeah, you did get the...
yeah. 19. Yes.
You remember it's House McKinnon.
What was it?
House McKinnon.
Yes. House McKinnon, if I'm not incorrect.
Oh, yeah. No, you are correct. That's William McKinnon's son you're talking about.
Yes, I do believe so.
Yeah, he's the, as you probably know, he's the mercantile head of the Representative Council.
Yes.
Yeah, his son ran away. I don't know what else to say of it.
Yeah. Well, any news about how his family's trying to find him, perhaps?
Now, my clearance don't go that far. I don't actually get inside the council, unfortunately.
No
But I do
whispers
know.
among the other gods?
But I do know there have been whispers about that little son in some of the coded messages we send out to Claw Island. Miss Riverbuck seems to have taken an interest in him as well.
Yes, I believe so. Okay. Well, that is certainly interesting.
Now let me ask you a question.
Oh, yes.
You've seen this symbol before? And he's going to kind of pull out a little pen, a little quill and ink and a pad of paper and sketch two overlapping circles with two parallel lines scratched through it.
I have, I believe, DM.
You have, yep.
DM, what is it?
Were you there when the werewolf bartender told Derek? Oh my goodness, you fucked me up. Doric. Were you there when he told Doric about it? Or has you already left? I can't remember.
Ooh,
I think you already left.
I think I might have already.
Yeah.
I might have already left. Yeah.
So all you know is that this is the symbol that Lawrence's old platoon had, and you found a pamphlet in Ninguya.
I've seen this around. Yes.
Lawrence, you've also seen this. Actually, I don't know. Are you done from your piss break?
I am done for my piss break. Yes, I am.
All
Lawrence
right.
went to the river.
Yeah, went to the river. All right, Lawrence, you've seen this icon too.
I'm guessing, like, so the way I imagine this scenario going is like the two of them were talking, and then Lawrence was just like keeping watch on the outside of the alley.
Okay, so
he wasn't really
actually paying attention. Okay, then never mind. All right, well, I don't know what this symbol means.
But if I was, then I would be very interested.
Okay. You would be very interested, but you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't know about this icon either, but it's been popping up around this town lately.
In relation to what?
We get a few attacks, but we're paid to pay a blind. We're paid to pay no mind to those sorts of people. Paid by Miss Riverbuck, you see.
I missed the Tano guards. I really did.
What do you expect? They don't really pay us enough.
Oh,
We'll make our money from somewhere else.
No, I was being genuine, mostly.
I know the stuff you got yourself up to.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was an angel.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. Well, you never caught me, so how can I possibly be evil? No,
you had quite the hefty dime purse.
Yes.
Which Miss Riverbug does want that money back, so you best not show your face in her company.
Yes, that also brings me to another thing. Don't mention to anybody you saw me. Just yet.
Oh, there's a price on everything, my friend. He's going to hold out a hand.
Oh, I assume so. Ember's just going to flip a silver into his hand.
Thank you kindly. Never leave my lips again. All right. Anything else you need?
No, I think I got what I want from you for now. But
all right,
keep me posted if anything important comes up about these noble houses dispute, the McKinnon house.
Sure then. Keep the money flowing. I'll keep talking for whatever you want.
Sounds like a good deal, my friend. Now, you should better get back to your duty of sleeping in the tower. Seems comfortable.
Oh, you are so right. I do got to finish that book. Thank you. And he's going to kind of walk, not the same direction you came into, walk, deeper into the slums and then kind of make a U-turn and backtrack. But the two of you are alone once again.
Well, that was useful. I got some actual important information we can use.
What kind of information did you find, this man?
Well, I know where Galinda Riverbuck is held up, as well as confirmation that she's the one after our dear Emerus.
Interesting.
Plus, I know who his dad is now. Need a confirmation of that one.
Who's what? What?
Emerus's father.
Oh, right.
I do believe correctly.
Are you going to use it as ammunition against him or something?
Not unless he annoys me.
Doesn't he always annoy you?
Exactly.
Ember, please, just he's part of the team. You know that.
I know, and our information will help him. Just let me have my double-edged sword, because I really can't live a normal one.
There's no convincing you. Yeah, I know.
There really isn't, though.
Yeah. All right. Is there anyone else we need to visit?
Well, not anything that gives useful information.
But there's places that will give us not useful information.
I mean, sure, but again, why would we need not useful information?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, should we just head back to the rest of the group?
Yes, I don't want to stay there too long. Somebody who's out to get me my family, or even worse, somebody who's happy to see me.
Yes, always want to avoid those people.
Yes, there's probably one or two of them left. Possibly. That might be generous.
I mean, we just encountered two of them.
Well, one of them likes my gold. The other one was, slapped me the second he saw me, so.
It was a love slap.
Didn't feel like one.
Of course.
And I know what his love slap feels like. What?
I
didn't. What?
Interesting.
Anyway, let's keep moving.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right. You guys I'm assuming you're making your way back to the tavern?
Yeah.
All right. So, you make the long trek, another hour of walking or so. By this point, it's been 3.5 or 4 hours that you've been gone. And we will pick that up next time.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Woo!
You said this session was mostly improv, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Because that was like really good.
Well, yeah, that was fucking great.
I
My God.
I planned the combat encounter. That's about it. I made that combat encounter in about 3 hours. Yeah.
The little interaction we had in Whispers, by the way, the chef's kiss.
I'm so mad I did not get to hear that.
Yes,
Now apparently fucking Lawrence is a paladin again?
No, not a paladin, a cleric. But not much of a cleric, just one level right now.
Ooh,
Yes.
spicy.
This has been in the works for quite a while.
We've been plotting since I don't know, fucking the single digit sessions.
Yep.
God, this session was awesome. God damn, I loved it.
This was such a fun session to play.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got good role play. I'm glad we got emotions. We got character development, and
we got an extremely active spectators chat.
Yeah, I love that. You guys add like half the enjoyment to this game. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this fucking plotted like a TV episode. Fucking Ember and Lawrence's conversation on the bridge about the afterlife.
Yeah.
And they had this little girl to the afterlife.
Yeah, it worked out very well, because I was like,
you definitely laid out some breadcrumbs for that to happen this session, though.
Yeah, so peek behind the curtain. This probably would have happened either way. That event with Lawrence would have probably happened as a result of what happened in the tavern had you not split off. So I was like, okay. How do we get this to work? There we go. Now it worked out.
And now I'm more prepared for what's going to happen with that.
We will see.
I don't know if there's a way for me to be prepared in general for that, but he's a little bit better off than he would have been.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is nearly 9 o'clock. I said the session would be 2 hours. It's 3 hours. That's how it goes. I'm glad I got to roleplay with you two, and it was fantastic how well you filled this out with just the
This
two
was
of you.
wonderful, yeah.
I cannot wait to have you guys rejoin the party and get all this information.
That's good.
Okay, it is dinner time.
We also did
Oh.
kind of lose the party's main ship, though, so that's kind of... That might be unhealthy for spectators, chat.
No. We didn't lose it. It's simply
It's still
part of
It's
the.
dormant right now.
it is
It's
simmering.
Listen, every
Not
good
really
ship
simmering.
needs to have
We've turned
a
off the
simmer.
heat right now.
It is
For now.
it's congealing.
Yeah, right. Ember doesn't know how to turn off the heat. He literally is
Oh.
heat.
All right.
Moss and Yonka, y'all good? Plans are being had. Even after the conversation?
Well,
All right.
I don't like the plans being hatched without me in them. I don't. I
Oh, I thought the plans were had while you guys were... Okay, whatever.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Guys.
Thank you, players.
All right,
Thank you,
night, homies.
spectators. Good
That
night.
was cool
Thank
to
you.
watch. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, homies.